All right, solving systems by substitution. What does it mean in algebra when I tell you to substitute? Corbin, what does it mean? Yeah, or I'm going to put something in a spot, right? I'm going to replace a variable with a value. And typically up until now, you've put one single number in. If x is 3, instead of the x value, you put 3. If y is 4, instead of the y value, you put 4. Today, it's a little bit more complicated. For example, if I give you the expression 3y plus 10, and I tell you y equals x plus 2, what are you going to substitute? Instead of, you put in, instead of blank, replace a variable. Instead of what variable, what are you going to put in? Instead of what, Sam? No. Lillian? Instead of what? Instead of y, I'm going to put in the value x plus 2. 3 and instead of y, because y is the same thing as x plus 2, so instead of y, I'm going to put in x plus 2 plus 10. That's the same problem. I'm replacing the variable y with the value x plus 2. So could we solve it? 3x plus 6 plus 10. Can you do more? 3x plus 16. So you have to get your head wrapped around the fact that today, instead of graphing, we're going to substitute. And you're not substituting one number, you're probably substituting a problem. And we're just going to practice. The key is, the trick, you substitute when one equation is y equals. You use this trick. We're not going to graph today because only one equation is y equals. The other is typically in standard form. What does standard form mean? You remember? What are both on the same side in standard form? X and y are both on the same side in standard form. If they're both written y equals, why not graph it? It's already set up for you to graph. But if one is in y equals and the other is in standard form, we're going to substitute. And there are 4 easy steps to follow. Substitute the value. Just like we did up here. Instead of y, I put in x plus 2. Solve for the variable. Right? We distributed, we simplified. If it had an equal sign, I could then solve. Substitute the solution into the y equals equation. Number 4, write the ordered pair, the x value and the y value. All right, you want to start off with an easy one? Here's your first equation. Sorry, minus. Y equals 1.2x minus 4. The other one is 2.2x minus 1y equals negative 5. First rule is substitute the value. So if I'm looking, which one is written y equals? Which one has an isolated variable? Which one is y equals? The top one, right? So I'm going to substitute this value instead of y. So let's look. Instead of y, I'm going to put 1.2x minus 4. So down here, 2.2x minus 1 parentheses. What? Instead of y, what am I putting? What's the value? 1.2x minus 4 equals negative 5. Because, ladies and gentlemen, look, y is alone. The variable's already alone. So instead of y down here, I'm going to put whatever y is equal to. Can you solve this problem? Yeah, let's do some algebra. 2.2x, that didn't change. Negative 1 gets distributed. What's negative 1 times 1.2? Negative 1.2x. What's negative 1 times negative 4? Positive 4 equals negative 5. Let's keep doing algebra. 2.2x minus 1.2x. 1x plus 4 equals negative 5. Can you keep solving? Minus 4. One x equals -9. Divide by 1. X equals -9. So I've got one value. Substitute the value, solve for the variable. Step 3, substitute the solution into the y equals equation. So up here, y equals 1.2, and instead of x, what am I going to put? -9 minus 4. Y equals, what's 1.2 times -9? -2.8. Yes? 10. 2.10. -10.8. Minus 4. So what does y equal? -14.8. My final step is the ordered pair.